Hello, today I will share with you an incredible story. It's about a young man who faced many challenges but never gave up and achieved his dream. This story inspires belief in oneself despite all the obstacles. Stay with us to find out how persistence and faith can change a life. In a small town, there lived a young man named Artem. From an early age, it seemed to him that luck was never on his side. His family lived modestly, barely making ends meet. At school, he was unpopular, classmates mocked his worn-out clothes, and teachers often criticized him for his shortcomings in academics. Despite these challenges, Artem dreamed of something greater from a young age. He had a goal. He wanted to become an artist and bring emotions to people through his paintings. Every time the world seemed grey and hopeless, he would pick up a pencil and draw. It was his way of escaping problems and expressing himself. After finishing school, life presented new challenges. His parents insisted he enroll in a local technical college to get a real profession that could support him in the future. However, Artem knew that if he gave up now, his dream would never come true. He agreed with his parents, dedicated his evenings and nights to his passion, drawing. Time went on, and despite his efforts, it seemed his work didn't interest anyone. Artem sent his paintings to competitions and posted them online, but there was almost no response. Once, he even received harsh criticism from a well-known artist who called his work uninspired. It was a devastating blow. That night, Artem wanted to burn all his sketches and give up on art forever. But then he remembered his grandmother's words, "If you fall, it's not the end. The most important thing is to get up and keep going." Artem decided he wouldn't give up. He started working even harder. In his free time, he studied the techniques of famous masters, watched tutorials, and experimented with new styles. Meanwhile, he worked part-time at a cafe to save up for quality paints and canvases. Sometimes, he had to sacrifice meals to afford art supplies. There were days when he fell asleep at his easel from exhaustion. Occasionally, Artem painted on the streets of the city. He displayed his works at small improvised exhibitions in parks or busy squares. One day, a man with his son approached him and stared at one of the paintings for a long time. "Did you paint this?" The man asked, "You have talent. Don't give up." These words gave Artem strength when it felt like the whole world was against him. He realized that his art touched people, even if it was just a few. After several years of hard work, something happened that he never expected. One of his paintings, which he had posted on social media, caught the attention of a renowned gallery owner. This person reached out to Artem and offered him the chance to showcase his work at a small exhibition. Artem couldn't believe his eyes. He reread the message dozens of times to make sure it wasn't a dream. At the exhibition, Artem was incredibly nervous. He feared people would once again criticize his work, but things turned out differently. People approached him, thanked him for his art, and some even cried while looking at his paintings. One woman said, "Your work reminded me of dreams I'd long forgotten." These words stayed with Artem for the rest of his life. Following this exhibition, Artem was invited for an interview in a local newspaper. The journalist asked him, "Did you ever think about giving up?" Artem paused for a moment and replied, "Yes, I did, but every time I wanted to quit, I remembered why I started. My dream isn't just to paint but to inspire people not to give up, just as I was once inspired." From that moment, his life began to change. He was invited to participate in major exhibitions, and clients emerged who were willing to pay for his paintings. He finally left his job at the cafe and devoted himself entirely to art. Over the years, he became a renowned artist whose work inspired thousands of people. One day, at a major exhibition, a young man approached him, holding a notebook with one of Artem's drawings. With a trembling voice, he said, "You have no idea how much your paintings have helped me. Because of you, I started drawing to thank you for not giving up." These words became Artem's greatest reward. He realized that his efforts had not been in vain. Artem often said, My life isn't a story of success, but a story of belief. Belief in a dream, belief in oneself, and belief that hard work and persistence can overcome any obstacle. This story is about how, even when it feels like the whole world is against you, the most important thing is not to give up. Sometimes, the road to your dream is long and difficult, but every step brings you closer to your goal. And if you believe in yourself and keep moving forward, one day you'll look back and realize it was all worth it.